Candice Patricia Bergen was born May 9, 1946, at Hollywood Presbyterian Hospital in Los Angeles, California. Her mother, Frances Bergen, was a powers model known professionally as Frances Westcott. Her father, Edgar Bergen, was a ventriloquist, comedian, and actor. Bergen was raised in Beverly Hills, California, and attended the Harvard-Westlake School. As a child, she was irritated when described as Charlie McCarthy's little sister. She began appearing on her father's radio program at a young age, and in 1958, at age 11, was a guest with her father on Groucho Marx's quiz show, You Bet Your Life, as Candy Bergen. She said she wanted to be a clothing designer when she grew up. She later attended the University of Pennsylvania, where she was elected homecoming queen and Miss University, but, as Bergen later acknowledged, she did not take her education seriously. After failing 2 courses in art and opera, she was asked to leave at the end of her sophomore year. She ultimately received an honorary doctorate from Penn in May 1992. Before taking up acting, Bergen was a fashion model and was featured on Vogue covers. She received acting training at HB Studio in New York City. Bergen made her screen debut playing a university student in the ensemble film The Group, 1966, directed by Sidney Lumet, who knew Bergen's family. The film delicately touched on the subject of lesbianism and was a critical and financial success. Afterwards, Bergen left college to focus on her career. She played the role of Shirley Eckert, an assistant school teacher, in The Sand Pebbles, 1966, with Steve McQueen. The movie was nominated for several Academy Awards and was a financial success. It was made for 20th Century Fox. She guest starred on an episode of Coronet Blue, whose director, Sam Wanamaker, recommended her for the comedy The Day the Fish Came Out, 1967, directed by Michael Kakoyanis, distributed by Fox. The film was a box office flop, but Fox nevertheless signed her to a long-term contract. Bergen was announced for the role of Anne in Valley of the Dolls, but did not appear in the film. Bergen went to France to appear in Claude Lelouch's romantic drama Live for Life, 1967, opposite Yves Montand, popular in France but not the US. In 1968, she played the leading female role in The Magus, a British mystery film for Fox starring Michael Caine and Anthony Quinn that was almost universally ridiculed and was another major flop. Bergen gained critical success for her work in several films, including Carnal Knowledge, 1971, Starting Over, 1979, for which she was nominated for a Best Supporting Actress Academy Award, and Gandhi, 1982. In 1984, she published a memoir, Knock Wood. In 1988, Bergen found her niche in the politically charged sitcom Murphy Brown, launching the role for which she would become most famous. Bergen as Murphy, the independent, sarcastic, liberal anchorwoman, earned 8 Emmy nominations and won 5 times in 1989, 1990, 1992, 1993, and 1995, before the show wrapped in 1998. The show and its title character became nationally infamous in 1992 when Vice President Dan Quayle attacked the single mother TV character for being a poor role model. Bergen's portrayal of Murphy as a hard-hitting journalist was so convincing that after Murphy Brown ended, she was considered by the real-life TV news show 60 Minutes for a position as a correspondent. It might not have been a bad fit, as she is an accomplished photojournalist whose work has appeared in magazines such as Life and Playboy. In January 2018, it was announced that Bergen would return for a revival of Murphy Brown, scheduled to debut as part of the CBS fall lineup later that year. In 2000, Bergen began hosting her own talk show, Exhale with Candice Bergen, on Oxygen, the women's cable network founded by Oprah Winfrey, among others. It was later cancelled, but she didn't stay off the air for long. Bergen returned to television in 2005 on the ABC comedy Boston Legal, starring opposite William Shatner and James Spader. Playing a high-powered attorney suited her well, as she earned Emmy and Golden Globe nominations during the show's 5-season run. Bergen later appeared in other primetime programs like House and The Michael J. Fox Show, as well as the films Bride Wars, 2010, Rules Don't Apply, 2016, and Home Again, 2017. Bergen is a political activist who once accepted a date with Henry Kissinger. In 1967, she participated in a yippee prank when she, Abby Hoffman, and others threw dollar bills onto the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, leading to its temporary shutdown. In the late 1960s, Bergen was in a relationship with Doris Day's son, Terry Melcher. In 1972, she served as a fundraiser and organizer for George McGovern's presidential campaign. From 1971 to circa 1975, Bergen was in a relationship with late Hollywood producer and writer Bert Schneider. On September 27, 1980, she married French film director Louis Malle. They had one child, a daughter named Chloe Francoise, in 1985. The couple were married until Malle's death from cancer on Thanksgiving Day in 1995. Bergen and Malle were introduced at Diane von Furstenberg's home, Cloudwalk Farm, located in the Merrill area of New Milford, Connecticut. She has been married to New York real estate magnate and philanthropist Marshall Rose since 2000.